My wife and I took this on as a mission. We wanted to serve our community and give the community other options.
Carnes Funeral Home is an independently owned funeral home. We have a lot of options and variations that a lot of the more corporate funeral homes don't provide to their families.
A lot of families think that they have to use a particular funeral home because the cemetery is connected to it, but they could choose any funeral home.
Most often when I meet with a family before a death occurs is when I can be of best help to that family.
Pre-planning is one of the most ideal situations that you can come across when you're planning a funeral.
Families have a lot of questions, they have a lot of angst, they have a lot of uncertainty about what's about to happen.
It's so important to do your pre-arrangement early. It takes the burden off of your family.
It is a gift that you give back to your family when you pre-plan.
It's important so that your family can come in and know exactly what mom or dad wanted at their time of death.
You have made all the decisions for them. You have generally frozen the cost and paid for it.
I can provide them information as to how to anticipate the needs of their own service, start gathering clothing, start gathering photos, putting the obituary together.
It's important to write down things that you enjoy.
Pre-arrangement will provide basically 3 things that will help the ones that you leave behind. It'll take the financial burden off of the family. It'll also provide them a direction on what you, as the deceased, want them to do for you. How do you want to be honored? Third thing it does is it allows the family to grieve in a very healthy way.
The first thing that I tell families is it's really not a right or wrong way to handle a funeral. So when we're talking to families, we want to present all of the options to them and let them make a decision on their own. Of course, you can go ahead with a traditional funeral.
What is a traditional funeral? That has changed quite a bit from the time I first started off in this industry. A traditional funeral is typically a visitation the night before the day of the service, and then a burial or committal out at a local cemetery. I think really what separates us from a lot of the more traditional funeral homes, we want families to bring in items that tell the story. We want to know what the story is of this individual. We encourage them to bring in those type of things. We want them to come up and set up something that's going to be memorable, something that's going to tell the story. We had a race car driver. We brought in the bumper of his race car. We flew a checkered flag over the top of the funeral home, all very symbolic as to who that person was. And there's just so many different variations of what a traditional service encompasses. But what we do here is we cover all of those variations. And when it comes to the traditional service being the more traditional stylings, that's something that we do very well.
We're one of the few crematories here in Texas that's actually run by a funeral director. We have very strict guidelines for identification. The person is identified several times during the process, and we cannot cremate without 2 signatures. And there are so many checks and balances. It ensures that we are properly identifying every person that comes through the crematory.
Families can have a celebration of life with their loved ones remains present for what we would call a traditional visitation and service.
It does not mean that you can't have a service. That's a very big misconception.
They also have the option of having a memorial service where their loved one's remains are not present, and they may have the cremated remains of their loved one, or they may not have remains at all and just have a photo of their loved one. After the cremation process has taken place, cremated remains can be placed in an urn and kept in a special place in the home, in niches or columbariums or in cemeteries. It offers the opportunity for scattering of cremated remains in a special place, something that was significant to the family or significant to their loved one.
Any of the options or any of the things that you see at a traditional funeral, we could do for a memorial service as well.
Most of the times families are going to opt to set up what's called a memory table, which has photographs and mementos from the person who passed away to kind of give the people attending the service an idea of what the person's hobbies were and interests were. We have a very, very nice DVD, and what the family does is choose pictures or photographs that depict the person during their life. Baby pictures are good, family pictures are good, not just necessarily pictures of the person themselves. We rotate those photographs in with music and that's played before or after the service generally, or sometimes during the service. And it's a very nice memento, especially if there are family members who are not able to make it here for the funeral service itself.
We also offer body donation services or anybody who's interested in donating their body to science. We work with medical schools in Houston as well as other body donation companies throughout the United States.
Which is very, very important for the medical community, for families to give back to the studies that might be able to help other people in their families. We are the specialist here in town for whole body anatomical donations.
This gives some families the option to donate because that's what they choose to do. Some do that also for financial means. It's one of those things that most funeral homes don't know much about because it's not a financial profitability.
Some people choose to do a whole body donation because there's no cost for the actual services themselves.
We like to be able to offer families every possible means that's out there.
There's so much going on when a family has a funeral that you just hope that they can remember some of the things that happened. But if they come away just being able to say that Carnes is the funeral home that helped them and they were very pleased with it, I think that's the best thing that we can expect.
We want them to be able to walk away with peace and to walk away with a sense of family.
We treat our families as if they were our families, and that's always been an outstanding philosophy toward providing the best care to families.
When they leave Carnes Funeral Home, I would hope that they would have the idea that we are part of their family.
At Carnes Funeral Home, it's our family serving your family.